Mineplex has released another game, but it's not what you think. It's not a new game per se. It's more of a revamp. And it's Ultra Hardcore. UHC. And I think this is like a new step from Mineplex. I'm not gonna play the game, but this game just came out out of nowhere. The NPC's gone. Oh, Sock's gone. Okay. Apparently this game is only out for an hour. You can only play it every hour, but there are still games in progress, which is kind of cool when you think about it. Like, I like that, but I'm not gonna play this game. I'm not into PvP. The reason I want to talk about in this rant video is because my brother and I had a conversation last night where we talked about Mineplex. I told him that Ultra Hardcore is out, and my brother's like, this shouldn't be like a PvP related game. So I said, why can't there be a PvP game? Like, what's wrong with a PvP game? And it's like, my brother said, well, Mineplex needs another Skyblocks type game. Like, Hypixel has Skyblocks. That's very popular. It's one of the most popular games on Hypixel, and it still is to this day. Because it's not PvP, it's PvE. Yes, there is PvP in Hypixel. I know there's a gladiator pit. I fought people there when it first came out. But, like, it's PvE mostly. You're fighting mobs. That's something you don't really have in Mineplex. But if you're a Mineplex veteran like myself, you may say Mineplex did have games which had PvE. And yeah, that's true. But they didn't last that long. They kind of get wet and gone. Or they're a holiday special. So it's basically non-existent. But I think Mineplex needs to create a game that is like Skyblocks, where it is more PvE. It needs to be fun. My brother said that it needs to start out like a normal game, but then eventually turns into a grind. But the grind should be fun to do, not like just pointless. Because I play games where you just grind and grind and grind for levels and materials, and it's like there's no point for it. But it's something that Mineplex needs to figure out. But I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. Because in my opinion, Mineplex will never return to its glory days. It just won't. And the reason I say this is because you can do whatever you want to Mineplex. You can do whatever, add in whatever game. They can even add in this new Skyblock, their version of Skyblock, if you want. And they can do that, but it's not going to last very long because the staff members aren't really going to seem to care. And now I'm not going to say it's possibly, because they have Ultra Hardcore, they revamped it, it's a new version of it, I'm assuming. And I guess is what they're doing is, since it's every hour, more players are going to go into it. It's not going to be stale, like playing games over and over again. I believe Ultra Hardcore is very, very, how much players will play, because it's not going to be stale, because if it was around, then it'll be much more, what's the word? People get bored of it, but I think because those games are very long, it won't get it won't matter. That's why I don't play Ultra Hardcore. It's too long. It's basically just regular survival. You can only earn hearts for eating golden apples. It's just not my cup of tea. But I know it is for a lot of other people. It looks like it is bringing new players though, because I'm noticing people are saying Ultra Hardcore is back. Someone said wonder if any of the people I know still play Smash Mobs or anything else for that matter. So I'm guessing just bringing in new players. I wonder how many people are actually in this lobby. It's going to actually load, because Mineplex is very laggy. Or it's my internet. My internet's been really bad for, like, the last week. I don't know why. It just is. But, like I was saying, Mineplex to do whatever they want, but it's not going to matter. Oh, 70 people in here, wow. Because it's almost close to the new hour, so people are going to join in. So, Mineplex needs to actually... what Mineplex needs to do is they need to revamp their staff. Because, let me tell you, what I learned from watching other YouTube videos and hearing the staff members talk is that the staff is very corrupted. It's very bad. It's not, the higher-ups just don't have any touch with with Mineplex anymore. It's just not a good thing for the server, and it really shows. Now, I'm assuming this all took place as after Hypixel took over, after Mineplex lost all its players. That's what I'm assuming this all took place, because before, Mineplex was good. They had a lot of players, the games were fresh and new. But I think what happened is that the Mineplex higher-ups didn't know what to do. They didn't know what to do. They were like, well, what do we do? Hypixel, this new server, Hypixel, is taking over. Well, Hypixel isn't new. It's just like newfound fame, I should say. Like, well, what do we do? It's just, what's happening? How can we get players? And it's like, the higher-ups didn't know what to do. So they just did nothing. And over years, they still did nothing. I mean, they tried to recapture the magic to get people playing, but it didn't work out. Because the staff, the higher-ups, didn't know what people wanted. And plus, the games they were making aren't that, like they're good, but they're not Hypixel level good. They're basically, like, second tier. Mineplex has become a place where you have to, essentially, it's where you go if you got banned in Hypixel. Like, it's where banned players go. Like, if I was banned in Hypixel, I would spend more time on Mineplex. I would spend some more time in Mineplex then. Even I still do spend time on Mineplex. Hypothetically, if I got banned in Hypixel, I'd spend more time on Mineplex, a lot more time. I wouldn't play Hypixel here or there. But all the games are second tier. Like, Cake Wars is basically a more crappier version of Bed Wars. Like, the Hypixel Sky Wars is better. But if you play Mineplex Sky Wars, you'll feel very empty inside, because it's more of a hollow shell of what made Hypixel Sky Wars so good. There's more you could do in that game rather than Mineplex, where it's just the game itself. Half time. Majority of Mineplex games are just a hollow shell. It's just the game itself. And at the time, that was good. But as games evolved, as Minecraft evolved, as the Minecraft community evolved, as the players evolved, everyone's evolving except Mineplex. You can't stay in the dark forever. You eventually have to evolve, which Mineplex never did. They went for the old, quick, arcade-style games like Paintball was. Or still is, like all the mixed arcade games. These games are a trend, but people still play them. Yes, they're very low, but people still play them, even though they're irrelevant. Stuff has been created with some that are people treasure, like with Paintball, you have clans. Like, that's something that happened years after the trend faded with Minecraft minigames, or, these quick arcade-style games like Paintball was. And it's just something that you need. Mineplex never evolved, and it's just really sad to see the server go downhill, because they could have evolved, but the reason why they didn't is because the staff members just didn't care. I don't know if they didn't care, it's more they didn't evolve, they didn't realize, because Sterling is still the owner of the server, but I think like a year or so ago, I think the news came out that he's just only it for the money. Well, he's only like there for the financial support. Like, he's just there to take the checks and to keep himself financially supported, which is fine, because he is the owner of Mineplex, which makes sense. But there's only really one true owner of Mineplex, and that's DefX7, because there were 4 owners, like I think 2 years ago, but then I think 2 owners left. Then it was Sterling and DefX. Then Sterling kind of went out of the owner position. Now he's just a financial support guy. He's still the owner, just he's in financial support. It only leaves DefX left. So for owners, it's like, what to do? Because the owner is supposed to be the leader of the server. They're supposed to be directing where to go next, but there's nothing to go on. They're not telling anyone where to go, and it's just leaving the server in this kind of limbo state, where it's more the builders, the mods, the sermods are really you say admins, because I don't think I've seen an admin on the server in like 2 years. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's just, you don't see support people anymore. You don't see admins anymore on the server. It makes me wonder what they're doing. Are they making like the next Skyblock, or are they just doing whatever? Because it's so just mind-boggling what's happening. It makes sense why the staff is just a mess. Like, so much corruption, like I said. I don't know the whole details of it, because I don't think stories have really been that told yet, but there have been a couple, like, people at the higher-ups that have told their story. How there's people that got on, like, mods or mod, like, leaderships ranks, and they just got the rank for publicity, just to be on lobby 1 and just chill out, not really do any work. And, well, it's basically what it is, and the stories are like, oh, that makes sense why Mineplex is just where it is now, because if people are just getting the ranks just to show off their rank and not really helping the server, then it's like, the server's gonna go downhill then, and it has, and it's just in this limbo state where it could be good again, but it's not, until either Sterling gets in the owner position of the server and just says, hey, we need to purge the staff, get new staff members that really care, or keep the ones that do care. We need to actually fix this, because I remember back when Hypixel took over, Mineplex, or one of the admins, talked about how they're fine with the newfound popularity. They're good with their small community now, and they don't want to beat Hypixel, which I think a goal for Mineplex is to not beat Hypixel. It should be to pretty much get players in, get a couple thousand more players, because right now Mineplex is basically the same like every other server. They have the same player count, same lag like I'm experiencing now. It's very laggy. It's just a mess when you actually go on the server. But if Mineplex were to fix that and be a little bit better, I'm not saying it should be better than Hypixel. They can't. They could strive for that. They could make a game that could bring them back to the top, possibly. But I think they're not. I think what you should do is not try to go for a home run, but try to go for something that fits Mineplex, fits a fun, unique game. Maybe find a new strive towards a new goal. Maybe instead of doing arcade-style games, maybe make more games that are worthwhile. Maybe make it that are more impactful. You know what I mean? Instead of just being like, oh, here's just some quick game that you can play in like a minute. Just stop trying to make that. Because I think Cake Wars is a good game. I think it has problems. Like I said, it is a kind of hollow shell of Cake Wars. But if they were to make a game that is very much more in detail, that is easy to understand. Because a lot of the new Mineplex games that aren't around anymore are very hard to understand sometimes. And something that I don't like, I don't think a lot of other people don't like. I think a game I'm thinking of is Heroes of Gwen. So remember in the chat before I started recording, people talk about Heroes of Gwen, how it was buggy. What I think of it is that it's a mess. It's confusing to me. Now, granted, I'm not in that genre that they're trying to pull off to make it seem me. But when I look at Heroes of Gwen, I find it a very confusing game that I don't want to play over and over again. I just want to play once, make a video on it, and that's it. So, I think to summarize, I think Mineplex needs to actually get better staff, get staff that actually care. I shouldn't say better staff, because all the staff are good. It's just that they need staff that actually are dedicated to the server, that wants to make a difference. There has to be a change in the minds of Sterling and Defex to make Mineplex at least a good server, an alternate option if you just want to have fun that isn't Hypixel. Because I think even on the YouTube scene, when it goes to servers, it's only Hypixel. Now, ever since Minecraft came popular in 2019, they get it revamped. People mainly done like challenges in Minecraft Survival, or those data packs. No one really plays on servers. Like, yes, people still play on servers, but it's more, if it's a multiplayer server video on YouTube, it's mostly going to be Hypixel. Or if it's a server, a YouTuber that has their own server, it's going to be that. But mostly it's going to be Hypixel. No one plays on Mineplex, except me, of course. But like most other small YouTubers, no big YouTubers play Mineplex. Who wants to be affiliated with Mineplex? The thing that Mineplex, the owners need to figure out as well. How do you get people to get affiliated with Mineplex? Back in the day, Captain Sparkles was affiliated with Mineplex. That's really crazy to think about. The Captain Sparkles. The Creeper, oh man. Him. The video was over 200 million views. That Captain Sparkles was affiliated with Mineplex, and back when it first came out in 2013, 2014. Back in the early days. Now he's not. I remember when Sky's Minecraft played Mineplex, and Sunday played Minecraft. That doesn't happen anymore. Now it's just these small YouTubers that have a couple 100,000 subscribers playing it. It's not good. What they need to do is create a game that is both player friendly and even content for YouTubers friendly. Because if you make Skyblock, there's so much you can do in Skyblock, so much content. That's why it's so popular. That's what Mineplex has to do, but they need to fix their staff, get people that are dedicated. Because literally, stuff that I'm forgetting is that you can say whatever you want. But even if it does happen, it's still not going to work unless the staff are dedicated and updates the game regularly, listens to the community, actually follow through what they're saying. Because if not, then it's just going to fail again. Wow, that is 200 players, and wow, okay. Ultra Hardcore, like I said, again, Ultra Hardcore is a game to get people back into Mineplex. I think a lot of people are coming back to the server. I think a little bit. I'm not too sure. But Mineplex is a pretty that game is a good start. But like I said, are they gonna fall through with it? With the new game? Probably not. They're not. They don't care. Mineplex doesn't care about the server anymore. The people, they just want to ride it out because they're more focused on Bedrock than they are with Java. That's kind of another takeaway. I think it's kind of annoying that they just focus on Bedrock more than anything. It has more players on it. I think it has like 10k players on it always, or 9k to 10k, which is a lot more than Mineplex. But like, what are your thoughts on this? I know this is a bit more ranty, because I'm kind of going all over the place, actually. And actually, physically as well, because why am I in lobby 4? Why did I get to kill lobby 1? Oh my god, it's so laggy. Oh, my internet's fine, I don't know what's going on. So weird. But if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe. I think I said enough. What are your guys' thoughts? I'm gonna go now, so goodbye.